Finally we are here to talk about the design and all the details of the all-new BMW M3 and M4. I was so much looking forward to this moment. But I brought a guest who can better explain the design, and is the head of BMW design, Domagoj Dukec. Domagoj, how are you?
Hi, Markus. Servus.
The front, I think, is something we have to start with. Can you explain why this looks so brutal as it does?
I mean, I already talked a lot about the new 4 Series, and I mean, this is the M4. It's actually the ultimate 4 Series. And as we already gave the 4 Series such a distinctive look and a very confident look, of course the M4 should do it in an even more brave way. Yeah? And so as we use anyway the whole front end as a soft nose, we used really the whole tool to express, and the first time we have a very distinctive kidney shape on an M car. Yeah? So we gave an M car a completely different look than the base car. And we got rid also of the chrome element, because we think also the chrome is not really performance orientated, it's more like jewelry. And of course the horizontal bars, which are always normally in a vertical shape, but here we gave it a completely different look to really underline the distinctive character of the M4.
And we optimize the cooling air intake, right? By increasing the diameter, like a racing engineer would do it.
Exactly. And then on the bottom, I mean, what is always on an M car, it's the angle of the air intake, which is opening to the bottom. Normally we have a 3-hole air intake. We have it still more functional this time, but the bottom air intake is nicely supporting the kidney, because the kidney is the dominant element in the front.
That's an interesting line.
Because, I mean, we have a much wider track, thanks to your team. I think almost 80 mil
in the
total.
back, in the rear of the M3, we have 80 mils increase, yeah.
Exactly, and so the first M3, the E30, which is of course our pinnacle, has this really extreme fenders, which is more like a Coke bottle, and this feature line accentuates the movement of this extreme width of the fenders. And another element which we invented for M is really the interpretation of the skid plate, which we know from race sports, is this bottom black element, which brings the car even lower on the road and also gives a nice technical feature, because I think our customers expect really highly functional performance on such a car. And here we brought a very nice design feature, which is functional and looks also...
It starts actually in the front skirt and carries on from the side, even throughout the diffuser in the end. And yeah, I agree, technically and beautifully.
And then, I mean, like you just mentioned, it ends in the rear diffuser, which is also massive, I think. Yeah, it's really, because of course on one side we have the 4 exhaust pipes in, I think, 100 millimeter diameter, and this is a very strong signature for M car. But you can see also the fins we have here, a really functional diffuser, and these fins you can see also on the roof, where we changed the carbon roof shape with these 2 fins to give again a very functional but also a very distinctive design feature to this car, which deserves a very distinctive look compared to the whole portfolio in your range.
And here we can see the 80 mils. It's quite obvious.
Exactly.
We could have done it more subtle, but I'm glad that we went the brutal way.
Yeah, let's say the M4 with the more, because it's a coupe, it does it in a little bit more elegant way. The M3, it's actually the Sedan, is also in the base car not as wide as the 4 Series, and therefore the 80 mil, they look very brutal, but we know also that our customers, especially in the United States, they love this car because it's a Sedan, how you would say in German, Wolfs im Schafspelz.
Exactly.
This is something which you can really feel on the M3. And then, of course, here you see some chrome parts as the exhaust pipes, and also the wheels are not in black, so it underlines more the sedan look of the M3. But of course, in contrast to this very extreme width of the car, I think is a very interesting balance.
I also love the depth of these wheels. It's enormous.
Yeah, and I like
reminds
also,
me of what we did in the past.
Exactly. I mean, this is this whole wheel I love very much, and also the milled surfacing here. This is also something we invented. This is not just the milled surface. This surface is deeper than that one. We did this in the past just on show cars. Here now we offer it really in production, and I'm also very happy about the color choice we have now on these both cars. Here the Isle of Man green in comparison with the red of the brakes is really very exotic.
Also available in blue and in black, and as you know, with the carbon ceramic brakes in our
Gold.
signature gold.
Yeah. And now coming to the front of the M3, maybe our fans have remarked it already in the beginning. We have the same front on both cars. I mean, we did it already on the very first on E90 and E92. We used the same front end for M3 and M4. But here, of course, it is much more impressive, as the 3 Series has never such a kidney. And so as an M3 customer, you get a completely distinctive look. And I love also the embossed design features on the bonnet. So with this, we have almost every part touched on this car. And I think this is something what M3, M4 really deserve. Yeah.
Excellent job, Domagoj. Shall we have a look to the interior?
Of course.
This car is actually equipped with the carbon fiber package as an option. Carbon fiber in the exterior, but also in the interior. First impression you get is more or less a race car, right?
Yeah, that's what we tried. I mean, BMW is always driver focused. M-car should be even more driver focused, and we achieved this by, of course, more attention to detail in the steering wheel and the gear shifter, which are specifically designed with this M drive button in red, and also the gear shifter specifically designed, and also the start-stop button is also in red. But I think the highlight of this car are the carbon bucket seats. Yeah, I think they don't just look great, but I think what they fulfill also functional. You can tell more.
Yeah, I've driven those seats in testing for quite some kilometers, and I can assure you that they are fully functional also on the long distance. And if there is one feature on this interior, I think it's the seat. It's the first time that we do a fully adjustable, electrically adjustable carbon fiber seat. The entire back is made of one single piece of carbon fiber, and the weight benefit that we have by this seat is approximately 10 kilograms, which is a lot. This seat works with multi-point harnesses, so you can also use it in racing. You can take out the headrest pad when you drive it with a helmet. So for me, this is really setting a new standard, a new benchmark in terms of high performance seats in a car. I've never seen anything comparable to this.
And also combined with a very impressive color and trim. Yeah,
yes, marina blue and matching yellow. Yeah,
yeah, and also the stripe in the center with the perforation, which give also a very exotic look to a very specific car. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Domagoj, I couldn't explain it better. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you.
See you. Ciao, Markus.
So, which car is your favorite, M3 or M4? And by the way, competition or non-competition? We offer both variants, the M3 and the M4, as base and as competition. The only thing that's standing out on the competition and that cannot be changed are the all black badges, as we see in the front and also on the rear of the car. The decisive difference between the M3 and the competition versions of M3 and M4 is underneath the bonnet. 480 horsepower, 550 Newton meter, manual transmission, 0-100 roughly 4.2 seconds. On the competition, 510 horsepower, 650 Newton meters of torque, 3.9 0-100 with the M 8-speed automatic transmission. Talking about features, the car is equipped with the M carbon fiber package, front air inlets in carbon fiber, also the rear diffuser is shown in carbon fiber and the mirror caps. Carbon fiber takes out weight, but even more so does the racetrack package. The M racetrack package comprises the M carbon ceramic brake discs, including the signature golden calipers and also semi-slick tires for maximum grip, front axle grip, as well as traction. Other features of the racetrack package are the M carbon bucket seat, a DSC system, traction system with which is completely adjustable in 10 steps. We have electronically controlled dampers, and the top speed of an M4 Competition with racetrack package is limited to 290 kilometers an hour. So, what I haven't mentioned so far is the integrated brake system. It's a drive-by-wire, brake-by-wire system with an adjustable pedal feel between street and racetrack driving. And all versions of the M3 and M4 come with the active M differential. And for anyone who still wants to put something on top of those two beauties, we got the M performance parts. Starting with extensive bodywork in the front, made out of carbon fiber with the front splitter, functional carbon fiber winglets. Then the M performance parts wheels are one size bigger than the standard M3, M4 wheels, 20-inch in the front and 21 in the back. We offer carbon side gills, and the side skids that are signature features of the M3 also will receive a functional winglet. The winglet continues in the rear, and then the two most dramatic features in the rear, the fully functional carbon fiber wing and an absolutely dramatic looking quad exhaust pipe system that is street legal, sounds absolutely fantastic, is embedded in an all new carbon fiber diffuser element and gives the car a drastically different look. So to summarize, with the M3 and M4 we offer the entire power of choice. 480 horsepower, manual transmission, rear-wheel drive, 510 horsepower, M automatic transmission, and starting next summer, also MX drive.
Drop it.